Why your body is pulling the 3 a.m. fire alarm. Picture waking up at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding like you just sprinted a flight of stairs, except you haven't moved in 4 hours. That's not insomnia, that's a cortisol surge, and it's more common in your 40s than anyone talks about. Cortisol is your body's built-in alarm system. In a healthy body, it peaks in the morning, gives you energy, then slowly drops all day and bottoms out at night. When it drops, melatonin takes over. Sleep happens. Simple system. Modern life broke it. Late night screens, stress, hidden sugars. They trick your brain into thinking it's midday when it's actually 3 a.m. Cortisol spikes. Your brain declares an emergency. Your heart rate climbs, and you're lying there, completely wiped out but wired. When this happens night after night, deep sleep shrinks, muscle repair stops, and memory consolidation gets cut short. But cortisol responds to the right inputs, and one of them fits in a single tablespoon. Your brain thinks it's noon at midnight. Right behind your eyes, buried inside your brain, sits a tiny cluster of cells called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Fancy name, simple job. It's your body's master clock, and it only speaks one language, light. For all of human history, when the sun went down, the world got dark. That darkness told the master clock to drop cortisol and release melatonin. Every single night, like clockwork. Then we invented screens. Now, most people spend their evenings blasting blue light directly into their eyes from phones, TVs, and LED lights, right up until they close them. Your conscious mind knows it's 10:30 p.m. Your master clock thinks it's noon. Melatonin gets suppressed, cortisol stays elevated, and your body never gets the signal to power down. A clinical study comparing tablet readers to book readers before bed found that the screen group had significantly delayed melatonin production and elevated cortisol levels. Their circadian rhythm physically shifted just from light exposure. 2 hours before bed, dim everything. Warm lamps only. Blue light glasses if you must use a screen. That single change sends a powerful biological signal that cortisol is no longer needed. Next, what you eat after 7 p.m. might be doing even more damage than your phone. The blood sugar crash that's robbing your sleep. Nobody warns you that the handful of crackers you ate at 9 p.m. is basically setting a biological alarm clock for 3 a.m. Not a gentle one either. More like the kind that throws your heart into your throat and leaves you staring at the ceiling, wondering what's wrong with you. When you eat carbs or heavy food late at night, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas releases insulin to bring it back down. But since you're sleeping and not burning energy, that insulin overshoots, and your blood sugar crashes hard in the middle of the night. Your brain treats low blood sugar like a life-threatening emergency, because it is. If blood sugar drops too low, you die. So your adrenal glands fire off a surge of cortisol and adrenaline to force your liver to release stored glucose, fast. That's the 3 a.m. wake up. Racing heart, strange anxiety, wide awake for no obvious reason. It's not random, it's a chemical rescue mission your body launched to save you from your own snack. Clinical research confirms that late-night eating keeps stress hormones elevated through the night and sluggish the next morning. Stop all calories at least 3 hours before bed. Water and herbal tea only. That one change eliminates most middle-of-the-night wake-ups. But food isn't the only thing keeping your brain in emergency mode. Your own thoughts are doing it too. The open loop problem in your head. My brain at 11 p.m. is basically a browser with 47 tabs open, 3 of them playing audio, and one of them is definitely an error I can't find. Lying in bed replaying emails, rehearsing arguments, and mentally building tomorrow's to-do list is not winding down. It's flooring the gas pedal. Your nervous system runs in 2 gears. Sympathetic is the gas, fight or flight, driven by cortisol. Parasympathetic is the brake, rest, repair, recovery. Psychological stress triggers the exact same cortisol release as physical danger. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real threat and one you're just imagining at midnight. Psychologists call unfinished tasks open loops. Your brain actively holds on to them, keeping your cognitive engine running at high alert, which demands high cortisol. Researchers at Baylor University tested a simple fix. One group spent 5 minutes writing a detailed to-do list before bed. Another group wrote down tasks they'd already completed. The to-do list group fell asleep significantly faster, results comparable to clinical sleep medication, just from writing. When you move those swirling thoughts onto paper, your brain gets permission to let go. The loop closes. Cortisol drops. Use a physical pen and paper, not your phone. Keep it next to your bed and brain dump everything before you lie down. You fix the light, the food, and the racing mind. But there's one tablespoon that physically forces your brain to power down, and it surprised researchers more than anything else on this list. That's next. The one spoon that shuts it down. Most people have never heard of glycine. It's not trending on social media. It doesn't have a celebrity endorsement. It's just a simple amino acid your body already uses. And Japanese researchers quietly discovered it does something that should have made front-page news. 1 tablespoon of glycine powder, about 3 grams, taken before bed, lowers your core body temperature by acting on receptors in your brain that signal it's time to sleep. At the same time, it shuts down cortisol production. Not gradually, more like flipping a switch. Your body temperature needs to drop roughly 2 degrees for deep sleep to kick in. Elevated cortisol keeps that temperature high and your brain locked in a state of vigilance. Glycine overrides it by forcing blood vessels near your skin to dilate, pulling heat away from your core. The study results were striking. Glycine reduced time to fall asleep by 38%, cut nighttime awakenings by 50%, and lowered cortisol levels across the entire night, not just at bedtime. Participants also scored better on next-day cognitive tests than people who simply slept longer without it. Unlike sleeping pills, you wake up clear-headed. Glycine improves sleep quality rather than just forcing unconsciousness. Mix 1 tablespoon in 4 ounces of water right before bed. It tastes faintly sweet, easy to take. Glycine works even better when your liver isn't panicking at midnight. And that's exactly what the next tablespoon prevents. The honey trick your liver actually needs. Telling someone to eat a spoonful of honey before bed sounds like advice from a grandmother who also thinks chicken soup cures everything. Turns out grandma was onto something, and researchers have the data to back her up. Your liver can only store about 75 grams of glycogen, its emergency fuel reserve. When that runs out overnight, your brain hits the panic button. Cortisol and adrenaline flood your system to force new glucose out of muscle tissue. That's the wake-up most people blame on stress or aging. 1 tablespoon of raw, unprocessed honey before bed provides exactly enough fructose and glucose to keep your liver stocked through the night, without triggering an insulin spike. It works like a slow-release fuel source that keeps your brain calm and stress hormones low. Studies show honey consumption before sleep reduces stress hormone production by up to 50% and increases melatonin release through a tryptophan conversion pathway in the brain. It must be raw honey. Processed honey destroys the enzymes responsible for that response. Take it straight off the spoon about 20 minutes before bed. Don't mix it into hot tea. That changes how quickly it absorbs and weakens the effect. 1 tablespoon only. More spikes blood sugar and works against you. The real power isn't in any single tablespoon. It's in how you stack them. And that's where everything clicks into place. Magnesium, the deficiency nobody told you about. Running low on magnesium is like trying to calm down a screaming toddler with no snacks, no toys, and no backup plan. Your nervous system just keeps firing, and cortisol keeps flowing, because the one mineral designed to hit the brakes simply isn't there. 68% of Americans are magnesium deficient. If you're over 40, that number climbs to 84%. And nearly every one of those people has elevated nighttime cortisol as a direct result. Magnesium blocks the receptors in your brain that cortisol uses to keep you wired. It also helps your body produce GABA, the neurotransmitter that tells your brain to stop generating stress signals. Without enough magnesium, that process stalls completely. The form matters enormously. Magnesium glycinate is the only version that crosses the blood-brain barrier reliably. Cheaper forms, like magnesium oxide, skip the brain entirely. They just cause digestive distress without touching your sleep. Researchers gave older adults with insomnia 500 milligrams of magnesium daily for 8 weeks. Cortisol levels dropped by an average of 35%, and participants gained nearly an hour of deep sleep per night. The powder form absorbs faster than capsules. Mix 1 level tablespoon in 6 ounces of warm water and drink it slowly over 5 minutes. Now that you have all 3 pieces, here's exactly how to put them together tonight. Your nighttime cortisol stack. 3 habits. 3 tablespoons. 1 routine that works with your biology instead of against it. And the order actually matters. Start 2 hours before bed by dimming every light in your house. Warm lamps only. No overhead lights. No bright screens. This begins the biological sunset your body has been waiting for. 3 hours before bed, stop eating completely. Water and herbal tea only. This keeps your liver glycogen stable and prevents the middle of the night blood sugar emergency that jolts you awake. 20 minutes before you lie down, take your raw honey straight off the spoon. Follow it with magnesium glycinate powder mixed in warm water. Sip slowly. Then do your brain dump. Pen and paper. Everything out of your head until it feels clear. Right before you close your eyes, mix 1 tablespoon of glycine in 4 ounces of water and drink it. Within 30 minutes, your core temperature starts dropping, stress hormones pull back, and your nervous system finally gets the signal it's been waiting for all night. Most people feel a difference within 3 nights. A full reset takes about 2 weeks. That's how long it takes your body to rebuild a natural rhythm. If your sleep has felt broken for years, it wasn't your age, it was your stress hormones, and now you have a real plan to fix it. Try this stack tonight and come back in a week to leave a comment about what changed. Your results might be exactly what someone else needs to finally take action. If this helped you, hit subscribe, leave a like, and tell us below, which one of these are you trying first?